Welcome to our Friday morning marketing coffee break. Facebook users spend an average of 50 minutes per day on the platform, but the average organic reach of a Facebook business page is around only 6% of the people who have liked your page, and the engagement rate is under 4%. So how can you reach your audience? 74% of Facebook users visit Facebook daily. They consume news, business, and lifestyle stories online. Google and other search engines obviously are on the top for search and consuming these types of stories, but Facebook is actually a very close second, and in some age groups, it's even first. You need to keep some strategies in mind to be able to take advantage of the fact that the people are there. And yes, Facebook algorithms are making it harder and harder for your business page to reach people. But if you use some basic strategies and tactics and really focusing your efforts, you can still get decent reach. Let's delve a bit into a few of the basics that help your business page stand out and connect with your brand. I'm not going to go really deep into any of these because you should already have considered them, and maybe it's time for a quick, review and audit and see if they are up to date. First, your page name. The first word or two in the name, obviously the most significant. That's true of any kind of headline that you use on any platform, blogging, email newsletters, you name it. The first couple of words are most significant, so you want to make sure that the most important words in your page name are at or near the very beginning of the page name. Customize your URL if you have not done so. Hopefully you have, otherwise it's going to just be a jumble of random numbers. And you want to make sure that your page name reflects your brand and is consistent as it can be across all of your different online platforms. Cover image and profile image. I always recommend that the profile image not change very often, and it needs to be either your logo, or if you're a solo entrepreneur and kind of your face is your business, you can use your headshot in that case. But you want to keep it consistent so that as your message scrolls across newsfeed, people always know who the message is from. The cover photo you can take a little bit more liberty with and update it regularly, especially if you have new things you're focusing on, or you want to take advantage of holidays, perhaps. The important thing to remember is that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and so you want to choose your images for your cover photo carefully based upon things that best reflect your brand. Also, talking about a picture being worth 1,000 words, you don't want 1,000 words actually of text laid on top of your image. That is just super cluttered, and there's not a lot of times that works on a Facebook page. You can put a couple words. You don't need to put your name on there again or your logo necessarily. That shows up on your page already. So keep the image focused on something that reflects your brand. Your About Us section, as we recommend on most platforms, that first sentence needs to outline the benefits that you offer and touch upon what's in it for me, for your consumers. If you've gone through our recent LinkedIn episodes, this is one of the areas we suggested that you update and edit. And so that might be a good time to check your other profiles, such as Facebook, to make sure that there is consistency across your profiles. And milestones, especially if you've been in business for longer than you've had a Facebook page, you want to go back and add some of those milestones, such as an opening date, any other major milestones in your business, including any awards, prestigious awards that you may have won along the way. This makes you look like you have the longevity that you really do, and just some authority to your profile, other things like that. So all of these basics should already be in place, but it's a good time right now to do a quick review and make sure that they're current and that they're consistent with your other online profiles. Let's really talk about posts. We've discussed last week consistency in that type of content for your business. And you want to keep those tips in mind, especially that 80-20 rule on how much should be social and how much should be sales. But there's a few basic types of posts you can use on Facebook, and it's best for your brand to vary your message among the different types. This does two things. First of all, we've mentioned time and again, research has shown that it takes 11 times for someone to even have an awareness of your brand or your company before your message even starts to sink in. And we also know that psychologically people learn in different methods: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and having these different types of posts can help tap into some of that inherent ability to learn. And if you're wanting them to learn about your business, that's one of the other things you want to keep in mind. Also, you want to consistently ask for engagement. We touched upon a little bit of that last episode, and we will next as well. On most of the posts you share on your Facebook page, you want to make sure that you're asking for engagement, and it might be as simple as, I'm going to type a blog post on this topic, and when I share it to my Facebook page, I'm only going to share an excerpt, and then it's going to have a read more. So that kind of call to action, I want them to go read more. You may only ask for thoughts or comments on some of your posts. You may ask them to like your page, to subscribe somewhere, to view a video, to visit your website. A lot of different things that you can ask for, still keeping it within the 80-20 rule that we discussed in our last episode. But if you don't ask, all you're getting is awareness, and it may not even be the right type of awareness. So keep that in mind. Also, image posts. We're not going to talk about all the different more custom posts such as polls and events and those types of things that you can share, because even those, most of them will fall under one of these few types of posts that we're going to discuss. An image is worth 1,000 words, and if you find the right picture, it can relay everything you really need it to. You're probably still going to need to put a little bit of text with it to make that engagement ask or something else to really tie it more directly to your business. But choose your images carefully, and you can do a lot just with that one piece. Video, especially Facebook Live, like we're doing right here. These save automatically to your page so that you have them for your visitors to view later. Plus, you can download them and use them elsewhere. That Facebook Live, because of that, is part of my 1-5-10 content curation strategy that you can find out more about on my website. Facebook Lives usually have better engagement than other types of content, including videos that you share to your page from YouTube or somewhere else. And that's why I actually include it as part of my strategy, which you can learn. 85% of Facebook videos are watched without sound, so consider subtitles or text. It's a little bit different with a Facebook Live, such as this type of training that I offer. People know they need to turn on the sound to get the benefit of it. But if you think about if you're just scrolling through your timeline and a page has a video appear, you're usually not stopping and clicking to unmute the video unless you know what it's about and it's something you want to watch. So some kind of subtitles or text overlay can be really helpful. Viewers also spend 3 times as long watching a live video versus a pre-recorded one. And again, that goes back to a little bit more of the engagement. Even though they may not engage, they feel more engaged because, you know, right now I'm live, I'm engaging with you. It's more authentic. You know I'm live. It vastly changes how long people will stay on your video. Also keep in mind, older demographics watch videos longer than age 18 to 24. So depending upon your target market, if you have 18 to 24-year-olds as your primary target market, you need to drastically change your strategy to capture them in a much shorter time and have a much shorter video than you can with the older demographics. Text posts, very common for you to just post a text post. And there's a few specific tips that will help these be better. Link titles, so when you share a URL with more than 100 characters, will be cut off on Facebook business pages. And it's okay that it's cut off because it's still clickable, but you want to think and consider that if you want to make sure a couple words of that URL are seen, they need to be closer to the front of the URL before you share it. So you may need to get strategic if you're sharing something from your own website in considering that URL. Shorter text posts actually do better. An 80-character Facebook post receives 66% more engagement over longer ones. 80 characters is less than the traditional Twitter. 40-character Facebook text posts actually get 86% more engagement over the longer ones. So how can you drive that really short and concise message to take advantage of those usual higher engagement rates? That's something you want to consider. There can be a time and place for that big, long, novel post, but for the most part, short and sweet is going to get you engagement. When you're talking about a Facebook post that asks a question, which can be another great way to drive engagement, questions between 100 and 119 characters drive more of that engagement. So again, still really short, less than the traditional Twitter. Keep it short and concise and really to the point. Hashtags can be a great thing to use. The biggest problem we see is businesses using random hashtags that don't remotely apply to their business or product or service, or even something that their demographic would use. Some of those random hashtags are more appropriate on your personal profile. A random hashtag now and then isn't a bad thing, but when you're using Facebook for marketing, you really want to be much more strategic even with that hashtag use. If you have a younger demographic, you can use those hashtags as part of the actual sentence and change the word in the sentence into a hashtag. The older demographic, when they read that, it's kind of like a hard stop for their brain. And so you might want to consider that and drop all those hashtags to the end of the post. Keep your sentence a clean sentence and put the hashtags at the bottom. Plus, there's a magic number of hashtags, and using too many can actually be worse than using none at all. Instagram can get away with more hashtags because it's common for that platform. On Facebook, you really want to limit it. And so I go over all of that type of data, plus even show you exactly how I research hashtags for clients to use. That's in my hashtag marketing training on the website under the training tab. I have a whole list of online courses, and that hashtag marketing is included. Really, most important advice is to know your target market. You can do a quick page check of your page insights, and that target market is who you want to be reaching. Those insights will tell you if that is who you're actually reaching. If you want a bit more help with your Facebook or social media in general marketing strategies, Market You is our complete, hands-on, and super comprehensive social media marketing training. It starts at the beginning of each month, and it really walks you through each platform and how to use it most effectively for your business, and most importantly, how to tie it all together into one cohesive strategy. You can go to my website, vickiwoo.us. I don't know my own name today. And go to the trainings tab, and you'll find Market You listed under there. And you can apply. You can ask to be notified to apply when the next round of sessions is available. As always, if you have any questions about this or about marketing in general, you can drop us a comment here, or you can shoot us an email or message us through our website. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
While you're here, check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss the latest marketing tips.